Collaboration sometimes comes with some little challenges. A young model should collaborate with a starting photographer.
Collaborate on your level. Where you are,
Start from
your level.
True.
You know,
Because you can aim anywhere, but just start from your level.
Yeah. Competition is important. Like, we cannot deny how much it is for you to chase something.
You need
right?
it to grow.
You need it to grow.
Don't focus so much on the big brands. Yeah. There is Iyalaje in Oliole that is willing to put her brand everywhere, and she just needs collaborations with you.
People in Lagos, they help each other grow. But in Ibadan here, it's like, I am beefing this person, this other person is beefing this. There's a lot of beefing going around.
So I don't think it's beef.
Okay.
Can I explain?
Is it chicken?
No. Okay, so
Don't go and be competing with who you are supposed to collaborate with,
with.
and don't
Yeah.
collaborate with who you are supposed to compete with.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Talk and Tones podcast. I am your host Daisy, the heartbeat of every conversation. And you know, with me, hey, it's going to be real talk. It is going to be lots of good vibes and laughter. I have got, should I say, the movers and shakers.
Amen.
I've got creative people with me in the studio today. I'm going to be introducing them one after the other. Let me start with the person seated on my left. Olajagun, that's his name. So Olajagun, popularly known as Olajax, is a Nigerian writer, filmmaker, and nature advocate from Osun State. I think we should clap for Olajax because that's a lot.
Please.
Okay, next to Olajax is Daniel Adaja. Did I pronounce that
Yes.
correct? Yeah. He's a broadcast journalist, a podcaster, and a creative media consultant. And he's also a 2025 nominee for the Future Awards Africa Prize for On-Air Personalities. A round of applause for you. And on my right, I call him my Oga because he's my Oga. He's my Oga at the top. I have Mr. Stephen Sampson, popularly known with his brand name as the Iconic, of the Iconic Foremost International Services Limited. He is currently working as a media consultant and influencer marketer for 5 brands in Nigeria, helping them to position and upscale leveraging on all social media platforms. Let's give him a round of applause first. Welcome everybody.
Thank
welcome,
you. Thank you for having
welcome
us,
to
Daisy.
the Talk and Tones podcast, and thank you for honoring my invite as a team. So today we are talking about collaboration and competition, which should win. Now, in the creative industry, we've had people grow. We've seen people start from nothing and grow to something, and over time, there's been talk, especially in Ibadan. Let's focus on Ibadan now before we go out of Ibadan. There's been talks about how people do not like to collaborate with each other. People just want to build on their own, grow on their own, and achieve success on their own. So I'm just going to ask one question first. How true do you think this is? I'll start with Daniel.
Well, based on my experience, it's my 3rd year in the city, and within 12 months of being in, or let's say within 10 months of being in the city, I put up my first event, and it's been collaborations from the very beginning. So for me, I don't think I've experienced a creator not wanting to work with me or my brand since I've moved into the city, even down to my events that I do with the Radio Room Therapy. It has always been collaborations, and even the Jollof Men Live, the Jollof Tribe events, everything has always been collaboration. So when I hear people say people don't want to collaborate, I think that we must also understand that at different levels, you must know who you should honor. And there are certain individuals that it's not like they don't want to collaborate with you, but they already have commitments. There are already influencers in this city who might not be able to jump on your brand anymore, not because they don't want to, but because they already have like a commitment that had them sign an undertaking. Like currently now, you won't see me with another cryptocurrency brand apart from my currency. Not because I don't want to, and I have friends who are with other crypto brands and all of that.
Yeah.
But I can't work with. They can't tell me that, oh, they want me to come and do something for their event, and I know that that brand is going to be there. I'm like, guy, I no go fit to because of this.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily because my currencies pay me so much money, but I have a commitment with them.
Yeah.
And that commitment I'm honoring, but I also explained to my friend that this is why. And there are a lot of influencers that have that on. Nobody comes to the internet all the time to say they have this, they have that. You know, we are all in our quiet places trying to make our dream work. You know, and we're signing undertaking. But here in Ibadan, to the best of my knowledge, and based on the events I have done in the city, I think a lot of collaborators still collaborate.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's move to Jax.
That's so fast. Okay. Same question,
Yes.
right? Okay. In Ibadan, I think there are lots of collaborations moving around in Ibadan, like you mentioned, and even with yourself, we've collaborated on a couple of events and couple of activities like that. But another thing is when people say that what she just said, and I won't totally disregard it, because down in Ibadan, even when you try to collaborate with some people, they don't really see it sometimes. Like you say, there are levels to these things, and I always advise people that collaborate on your level.
Yeah.
You don't just jump with somebody that have been collaborating all their lives, and because you are just starting and you're seeing them there, like you mentioned, some people have commitments, some people have jobs. I tell people, yeah, I can come shoot for you for free, but to edit is the issue, because I have jobs that I have not completed, and if I don't deliver those jobs, they won't pay me my balance. So I have people that pay me crazy money, and I'm not done with their jobs. And if I'm to spend time to do your job, but you think, Jags, now you can make videos now, just do it. Well, I have to spend time, I have to spend data, I have to spend, do you get? I have to spend electricity and all that. So collaboration sometimes comes with some little challenges, but like I said, a young model should collaborate with a starting photographer. Don't go and look for someone that is already established and spend their life building and say, why are you not responding to me? Start with someone that needs something on their page. Start with someone that also need content. You need to put yourself out there. Collaborate from there. Then you guys can attract bigger brands
together.
And you grow from there.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Sampson, I'm going to tweak your own question a bit, because you've been behind the scenes. You've seen how events happen. You've seen how things go on behind the scenes, basically. What would you say, or how would you answer this collaboration question rather? You've seen people do stuff behind the scenes, not even where people see them or what people see out there. So I'm going to ask that you answer this question based on what happens behind the scene.
This is very tricky now. I'm not a podcast person, but now you're bringing me here to set me up. So that
I'm not setting you up.
So I can say lots of things, and I know that this is going to go viral, and a lot of people are going to be looking forward to this. Okay, so yes, I'm not always in front of the camera, but again, I see a lot of things that happen behind the scene, especially with creatives and influencers, so to say. And like I was discussing with some few friends over the weekend last week, and I said the reason why we are where we are in Ibadan and we are not Lagos, so to say, is because most creatives here, especially in Oyo State, behind the scene, people want collaborations, people want to collaborate with other people, but most of the times it's always a parasitic relationship.
Okay.
People are not looking for people they can actually give out something to, platforms to, how will I put it now? People are not looking out to express themselves with other individuals. They're always looking at, okay, I'm meeting Jax now. You know, the next thing is I just want him on my project. You're already thinking of that in your mind without...
I want to cut you short.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you saying collaboration comes with people have the fear of being exploited?
Yes. People have that fear of being exploited, and that's why most of the times you get that resentment. Like I've seen people most of the time like, so person reached out to you now and they say you're supposed to do this. It's as if the only thing they just want is just collaboration. What am I really gaining out of
Gaining
this?
out of it.
They are not really saying, okay, Jax, I'm just giving an instance now.
Yeah.
Jack, this what I mean, we all
What
stand to
you're getting.
benefit
Yeah.
together. They are seeing themselves first in all of
Actually-
this, most of the times.
I've been invited. Sorry for
Yeah,
cutting
go
you.
ahead,
I've been
please.
invited for events, and when I'm coming, the person will say, "I hope you make video for us." I'm like, "Are you inviting me to attend this event,
Oh, yeah,
or you're asking me
right,
to
to
come and
collaborate
shoot?"
with
you.
Because me attending an event to shoot, I mean coming for an event at
Two
different
different
things.
things, yeah.
Because coming to shoot, you won't see me sitting down flexing. Shooting means I'm flying drone, I'm shooting, I'm catching reactions.
Yeah.
But if I come to an event, I also want to participate.
Yeah.
So I go for some tours, I go for some things, and when I get this invite, sometimes I feel like, why are you inviting me again?
To be
Like,
honest,
because
That
even
question
your
is
ticket
important.
fee is not up to what someone will pay me to shoot. I know what my gadget cost me. I know what one shoot cost me. So if you're not giving me a ticket of how much, and you're not saying, Jags, you make video for us, so come with your drone also. I'm like, okay,
I
what
think,
kind of
I think
collaboration
at the end
is
of the
this?
day, one of the things we have to get comfortable with is asking difficult questions, especially in this era that we find ourselves. I think it was Salem that was saying it, and he said that we must ask ourselves, when you want to collaborate, if somebody is even reaching out to you to collaborate, and you know that maybe you are of a upper hand, it's okay to ask, what do you want from this?
Yes.
You know, if I know that I'm asking you to collaborate with me, I should be able to tell you that this is why I want to collaborate with you. I want you to be able to offer these services to me, you know, and be part of. I Adams, for example, has been a huge part of all the 2 episodes of the Radio Room that we have done, and even I think about 3 or 4 of our Jollof Tribes event. And we've thrived majorly on collaboration, and it's very open-ended from the very beginning. Bros, yeah, Oga. This is what I
do.
you
Yes.
know,
This is what
even
I
I
want.
want you password, for example, sir, I want to post on so day. I want to put you as collaborator on the post.
Yeah.
And this is I'm inviting you to my event, but I want to tell you that I want to post this event too, but I want you to be a collaborator on. And he's
Yeah.
like, by all means, go ahead. And so
That's password.
he knows
Yeah.
that I'm not just reaching out to him. You must tell people what you want, because at the end of the day, people only feel that type of the way you feel now is because
Yeah.
they are not straightforward from the beginning.
Yes.
If you want something from me, tell me this is what I want from you. I
Yeah.
want you to come and do this for me. I don't have resources as much as possible.
Yeah.
This is what I can offer now. And he's I can do it or I cannot do it. And there's no harm there.
Okay, I like that when Mr. Sampson was talking, he mentioned Lagos. Now, in Lagos, people talk about how collaborations lead to visibility. People in Lagos, they do more collaboration than people in the Ibadan scene here. Now, some people
How
will
do you
say,
know that?
What did he say?
How do you know they do more collaborations in Lagos than?
we see these
She's-
things
she's
online.
right.
We see these things online.
She's
So
right.
people in Lagos, they help each other grow. But in Ibadan here, it's like, I am beefing this person, this other person is beefing this. There's a lot of beefing going around.
So I don't think it's beef. Can I
this is
speak?
why- is it chicken?
No. Okay, so what I feel is I don't actually necessarily. I don't think it's beef. I feel like it's one thing about Ibadan is everybody's trying to get voice. Ibadan look like a starting ground. If you check the media space in Ibadan, it's very, very new. I've been in this media space for over a decade, and I started from Lagos. I was born and raised there, and I can tell you that most projects we've done in Lagos, where even if it was my first project, right? I remember my first major music video was Terry Akpala, Champagne Shower. And there were like lots, I produced that video, and they will, if you see the girls there, the clubs we use and all that. But I had different people. I had like the model manager. This video was like 9 to 10 years ago. I had the model manager, I had like the vixens, I have people for everything. And all of them came true. I don't know if you understand. And another thing I noticed about Lagos creative scene is there's a structure. You want to have an event, you see the governor show up there, because the Lagos state government has understand that this thing, there's big money in this media space. So when you see people, I know some boys that I'm seeing shooting now, Abazi that rents most videos. I know how he started. Like when I know how many boys rather started with him in Surulere, even before they moved to Ireland. They'll start as camera boys. They'll handle camera for years. Even there were some boys that they could not even speak one English. But they'll start carrying cameras. You see them start carrying equipment. Before you know, they'll become camera assistants. They'll start handling camera videographers. Before you know, they become cinematographers. So there's that structure in Lagos whereby you learn step by step. But one thing I noticed in Ibadan is when people see a good idea, they want to replicate it. They don't understand. Sometimes when I'm discussing with people, some of my team guys will say, don't share idea. But I say idea is not the main thing. It's not everybody that can execute it properly. We are replicating the same ideas. The story are the same times to come. So what I feel in Ibadan is not that maybe the competition in Ibadan is not because everybody is beefing each other, but it's because when people see things, they don't know what you've put into it.
To get there.
They don't know how long you've been there. If you see me put a content out there, see me put something out there, you say, oh, Jax, but you don't understand that I've been in this production for over a decade, and I've worked in different capacity of film, from film, music videos, documentaries, and all that. So you don't just now say, oh, because just pull this stunt, you want to pull it. It's just going to flop. And that's why when sometimes you see Ibadan pull something up and it flop, like something that happened. You were there when we did Oyodun Sports Festival. Sorry, I had to mention this. I don't know. Let me just mention it. I never addressed this issue, but it was very, very wrong, and it's because of what she mentioned. And I was asked to address it, but I kept quiet because I didn't want to create some fuss thing. It was so. My team members reached out to me that, oh, let's have a creative match between my community, because I have a creative community for young people that everybody just come together and we'll do events, and we've done a couple of events like. She has been part of it. Live magic stage play. We do 1.0, 2.0. We did waste to fashion, whereby we use recycling product to do some fashion wears, and we have a runway and all that with collaboration. Oh, sorry, I'm not advertising. I'm just saying some collaboration things we've done.
Okay,
sorry,
you're gonna pay us.
But so we now said we want to do something wider. So we tried to do Oyodun Sports Festival. It was free. We discussed with the Ministry for Youth and Sports. They gave us the main goal of Adamasingba, that the whole stadium, we should have it. We have different sport activities, volleyball, football, and we send invites to lots of communities in Ibadan. Come and play ball. Come and participate for free. We put it online, run ads. The Youth and Sports, even the commissioner put it on our page. Not until the day of our event. We were having the activities, then the assistant to the commissioner came and she was like, some people are having the same thing we are having in the same stadium, and they said they are part of us. I was like, ow. These are notable people in Ibadan here. Ow. So she was angry, she went to meet them to counsel and all that. So they came to where we're doing. They said, and do we invite them? So what they did was they told the security that they were part of us, and they went to use the smaller field to do the same sports match that we were having, and we cooked for everybody, and we said we didn't charge. This was a free event. I sponsored it as a producer. We brought everybody, just come and play, just register, be part of a team, choose whatever sport you want. We even gave out gifts and all that. But imagine a place like that in Ibadan. How come you didn't do it before? And if you wanted to use the stadium, how come you didn't have permission from the commissioner? Because I'm in collaboration with the commissioner. They won't give two people permission for the same place. So imagine things like that. Does that even make sense?
That's serious. Really serious.
No, does that make sense?
This is very serious.
It's the same activity, sports festival. It was later I saw the flyer.
Okay, Mr. Sampson wants to say something.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've heard of such things happening.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time.
Yeah.
It happens a lot in Oyo State. I have so many people reaching out to me. I even had to make a post. I made a post on it on my Instagram. Was it last month? Everybody wants to have an event in Oyo State, irrespective of their capacity. No, that's just
yes, that's it.
Everybody wants to have an event. Everybody wants to host their own event. They want to have their own brand name. They want to be out there. They don't want to follow the due process, no structure, nothing. And that's the reason why you have all these distorted activities happening here and there. They feel since Jax is actually doing this in Adamasingba, we can also do it. We can pull off the crowd, and at the end of the day, they create something really messy, something that is not really beautiful for the structure itself, for the Oyo State itself entirely. And at the end of the day, you just keep wondering, why do we keep, going in cycles and we are not achieving the main result, and our voice is not heard?
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
That's
Our voice is not heard.
Because people are doing things on mediocre level.
Yes.
Instead of them to collaborate. Okay,
Put
imagine
forces
those
together.
people just come into the main bowl. You don't even need, I don't know if you understand. It's an open field. Join relay race, join any sport. Just come in there. But no, you use our name and you're using the same stadium. You just chose the smaller field and you're playing there. I didn't even know it was going on until much later.
Okay. Let's talk about radio personalities now.
Okay.
Daniel, I want to put Daniel on the spot. So, in that space,
Yes.
I have worked a bit in that space for
Okay.
a while.
Yes.
And I've seen things happen. I've seen things happen. I know for one that when I was working as an on-air personality, I know that for me, I'm going to say it categorically that there's beef. Even
In this space?
Yes, there's beef in that space.
Ha.
There's beef
It's not
in
me
that
brought
space.
to ask the question.
So we all know that even if we don't want to say beef,
Okay.
like that, we can say that there's something going on in that space concerning collaboration and competition. So it might not be amongst radio station itself, but it's among the people.
I think it's more with the radio stations
Okay.
than the presenters that work in the media houses.
Okay.
The Ibadan media space is 70% Yoruba and then 30% English presenters. So I have followed through with some of the situations that have happened between some of the media houses. We've seen media houses not train, they call it hotel or something like that. I had to say to you about one media house train band to another media house. I've heard that, but it majorly happens among the Yoruba speaking presenters. And I think that it's more about the media houses. There is that already because of a lot of the owners, or some of the owners, not a lot now, some of the owners of media houses in the city were already influential figures outside of owning a media house.
Yeah.
Right, that exists, and that already created some sort of like rivalry. We've seen poaching happen. I think it was last year or 2 years ago, where there was a major poach from various media houses to one media house, and it was a major conversation, right? But among the presenters, from my experience again, I would say that people have been kind to me. I wouldn't you have come to my party before. Yes, Abby, you've come to my party before, and I don't think that there is anyone in the radio space right now that I need something for, that is in a radio station that I cannot call. I don't think there is. I don't know everybody, already, but based on how much influence the work I've been doing on the internet with my Radio 101 content, I've been able to gain a lot of penetration, especially among the English-speaking presenters. And a few of the Yoruba-speaking presenters, I have and I see their work, I respect it, and they collaborate with my work a lot of the time. People jump on the trends that I bring up and stuff like that. So I think that maybe it might be personal. It's not necessarily of the work in terms of the work.
Even in radio station itself. I heard a story of somebody not respecting another person he met in that media house. And while he was talking, I don't know how true this is, but I heard it from a very trusted source.
Okay.
And the person said, because he chose to disrespect this person he had met in the media house, while he was talking on air, his voice disappeared. So I want to ask, do you people use jazz in these things?
I see. I feel like personally I'm too carefree and open book to know about some of this. I have never heard of that before. It's where you hear things like this is in government work. It's not in media houses, in government work where there is level 16 and then people are fighting to be at one level or the other. But there is also, personality flaws that exist among individuals, and I think that exists too among everybody. People have their personality flaws, and that people translate that to being a reason why maybe individuals are having issues. So like somebody not respecting somebody, it's not about the job now, it's about the individual's personality flaw. And they decide to use the radio as a means to use that to jeopardize each other's career. So it's not that. So I think that yes, there's work to be done, in terms of like collaboration and all of that. But we've also seen how media houses have made presenters before that radio stations. There's something we use in the media space called the NPS rating. So every month you see where your radio station is. So we've seen where a radio station was at number 3, and they came back to number one, and then they went on air and started talking about
I am
it. That
wondering, what
I'm
did
like,
they do that I did not do?
you know, you're like, why are you making a fool fuss? But they are making a fool fuss about it because when that person was at number one before, they made the whole town,
Exactly.
know that they were at number
Exactly.
one, and that's healthy for me. That's healthy for me because at the end of the day, we are all trying to take from the same circle. It's that same circle. We're just trying to get our own pie from it. So whoever has the bigger share today, you get it. Which is why somebody wins an award, they put it on their bio, award winning. Yes,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
you might not be award winning tomorrow.
Okay. So Mr. Sampson, I'm going to ask, do you think the government is doing enough regarding collaboration among media spaces, among media personalities, among event planners, planning an event and doing all of that? Do you think the government is doing enough, or do you think there are other things that should be done?
For me personally, because okay, let me put it this way. Since I work behind the scene,
Yeah.
and then I also help facilitate a lot of events with the government and a lot of things with creatives, I would say things are really and greatly improved right now. The only thing, the government has stepped up. The only people left behind are the creatives. The creatives have refused to step up. Most creatives have refused to know. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
They have refused to understand how the industry works, and so they cannot see the opportunity even when it is right before them. I'll give you an instance. I was part of the whole planning of Oyo Creatives. That was
I think that's last year.
that was last year, and Prince Adebowale from the ministry was there, and a lot of people were there at the panelists, and they talked about some few things on collaborations and how you can take advantage of a lot of things from the government. Remote was here in Oyo State, and I was part of those people who welcomed him here. When this guy was having his event, I think that was returned from the UK or so. He has branded buses and a lot of things
Yeah.
here
Saw
in
that.
Oyo State and stuff. Most of those things, even the event, I would say this for the first time, most of the things he got were either free or extremely discounted.
Yeah.
So many creative could also benefit from that. But some creative will tell you that's because it's remote. Maybe he knows somebody. Maybe
knows
he's big.
somebody that knows somebody.
Yes, but that is
Yeah.
not the point.
Actually.
Jack said something. They got Adama Singba
Yeah, for
also
free.
for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
And I've always been saying this. I think I've even told you this. I've shared this with you a couple of times. You can walk into this office, just
Yes.
decide to
request.
know.
Yeah.
Make your request. I have an event, so one of my mentees reached out and she's like, Mr. Steve, I have this event, I'm looking for money. I'm like, why are you looking for what is not lost? Kidoto want you
Money is like the
some
backbone
kakiri.
to every event.
No,
Some basic
the money is not the first
It's not the
thing.
important.
Yeah.
It's not the important aspect.
There's endorsements.
No, there's so many endorsements. there are people looking out, and again, don't focus so much on the big brands.
Yeah.
There is Yalaje in Oliole that is willing to put her brand everywhere, and she just needs collaborations with you, either in terms of what she does, in terms of the accessories, or even money.
Yeah.
But because our attention of the creative, so to say, people just want the big brands. They want this, they want Coke, they want Coca-Cola, they want
Yeah.
these, they want everybody want the big brands, and it doesn't work that way. Jack says something: collaborate on your level.
Yeah.
Where you are, there are so
starts from
just
your
start
level.
from your level.
True.
You know,
Because you can aim anywhere, but just
Yes.
start from your level.
Yes.
so the government is doing so much.
Yeah.
They have stepped up,
Yeah.
and then we just need our people to just meet them there.
Yes, actually. You're
Approach those offices, knock on those offices, place a call. I needed some few things last week, and I just placed a call. This person was like, I've been looking to get this baby, and they wanted to have an event. I think the event is coming up in December. I'm like, you get this thing for free. You know, why are you just? What do you really want? And the person said, we just want the branded, the Oyo Don, all those.
Yeah, okay.
They have these Oyo buses and they want
Yeah.
a branding for. I'm like, just approach this office. Come, and the person met the person I recommended. At the end of the day, he got those things for free
Okay,
without
sir.
spending a kobo.
So what's your message to young creatives out there? Just a simple one sentence to creatives
Okay,
out there.
so this is my message to the creative out there. Bring your guards down. and please be willing to learn and be willing to take corrections. We see a lot behind the scene, and we know the reason why most of you are stuck. It is just very simple. Bring your guards down a bit and be willing to learn. Thank you very much.
Jags, what message do you have to videographers, cinematographers that just want to get into the game, you know?
I don't know, just start with what you have, start with where you are, start with what you have, in the sense that start whatever you're around. You don't know what to shoot your dog, not kill your dog, just make a video of your dog and edit it, you know, just shoot something, shoot your friends, shoot your family. You don't need to start disturbing the mother before you start with your gadget. You can start with Android, whatever it is. Just you learn, just realize that whatever step you are or whatever stage you are learning, just figure out what you are learning at that point.
Okay, for Dan,
Yes.
I'm going to tweak the question a bit.
Okay.
So we have interns that, you know, go to radio stations, start interning, start internship, and they're done with their internship, and the next day they just want to be on that seat and produce a show.
Yeah.
And you know, they want everybody, the whole of Ibadan, to know that I am now in radio, I am here, I am talking, I am speaking on it.
Yes.
So what message do you have to people like this? You know it's we all know it's a process. We all know you
Yes.
have to, you know, build it, but what is your message to people?
I think the first thing I want to tell every intern who is at the media house now is don't think of that as the final bus stop. The media is changing. Right now, you cannot say all you want to do is present on radio anymore. You have to be able to offer value. And now we're talking about being a digital multimedia journalist, you know, be a broadcaster. You know, you have to be able to tell stories. You need to know how to edit. You know, the demand for the presenter is a lot different now because it's no longer a special thing anymore. Let's not lie to ourselves. To talk on the radio is not a special thing anymore.
I even have a question. Is there money in radio?
We'll come to that later. We'll come to that later.
Okay, I'm seeing a no behind the camera.
We'll come to that later. But for the intern, you need to learn. There's a lot to be learned right now, and there are a lot of samples for you to learn from. You know, don't let your dream be you want to read the news on the radio. That's a stale dream. You know, don't say you want to be a studio manager. It's a stale dream. Don't say you want to be a news editor. It's a stale dream. Right now, for you, if you're working in the media, you need to start thinking of what can I bring differently to the table, because everything, there's podcasts now. This is a podcast, you know, and the social media has changed the way we consume information. Right? People no longer need to listen to the radio or TV to get verifiable information anymore.
I can't even remember the last time I watched TV.
You know, so that because of that changing narrative, if you're in the media now, go and read, go and say, what do you really want to do, right? Where is your interest? You can have this skill and be in real estate, be in banking. You know, the media is one of the jobs that the skill sets you have. They can work in any sector. You can be in agriculture and still use this skill. You can be in the security, police sector, any of the security forces and still be able to. So think outside the box.
All right. You've heard it all from my guests. It has been a rich conversation. You know, we've addressed issues. We've spoken about competition. We've spoken about collaboration. But we focused mainly on collaboration because my guests, they have all refused to admit that there's a competition, you know, going on low-key.
It's important.
It's important.
It's important. Competition is important. Like, we cannot deny how much it is for you to chase something.
You need it to grow.
You need it to grow. But he said when Jags was speaking, you know, when collaborate on your level.
Yeah.
You know who your competitors
with,
are. Know who you are
collaborating
know
with.
who you are collaborating with.
Yeah.
Don't go and be competing with who you are supposed to collaborate with. And don't collaborate with who you are supposed to compete with.
Yeah.
That's something that you should know. Right now, Coca-Cola's biggest competition is not Pepsi. It's bottled water. Right?
Yeah,
because there are people preaching healthy living.
Yeah.
Don't drink soda. People are doing
Water.
30-day challenge, no soda.
Yeah.
That's bad marketing for Coca-Cola.
Actually,
But that's great marketing for bottled water.
Yes.
So know who you are supposed to collaborate with. He also spoke about, you know, let your guards down, be open to learning. You see somebody doing something, ask, how can I come in? Can come and intern under you. Tell them, oh, I see the great work that you are doing, and we're also looking to grow, but I'm willing to offer myself. I'm available to volunteer.
Yeah.
You should stop saying, I don't know why who was preaching that message that is volunteering is not good again, or that if you're not making money, don't volunteer.
You have to make
You
money
still
for the
need to
little skill you
volunteer
have.
at this level that I am now. Imagine if if I had the time, I would have volunteered to be on the team that packaged the Davido show in Ibadan, but I have a day job. But there are other event creators in the city. You see them put out the flyer, they announce a date, ask, how can I come on board?
Part of this,
Observe. It's not everything that they will
Tell
teach
you.
you. There are some things that is when you see them running their event, you'll be like, okay, oh, this is a great idea. I can replicate this. I can see this, and then you learn by the ropes.
Okay, that's another aspect to this conversation, another angle to the conversation. We would like to hear from you. Collaboration over competition, competition over collaboration, or collaboration or competition, which should win? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. So do well to like our video, follow us on all social media platforms at Talk and Tones podcast. This is just the beginning. There's more to come, and until the next episode, I will always say, remember to stay jiggy.